nothing like there is a difference. You are going to have all the 4 classes all days. Just that the timing will vary, and then I don't think it should be a problem for you at all. Considering that any class can happen at any time, you're at home only, so still it doesn't affect you to any extent. So you just be prepared for all the 4 classes on all the days. Okay, so we have completed life cycle of viruses. So we'll continue with viruses now, and then like we'll try to finish off viruses. We have studied what is lytic cycle and lysogenic cycle. Hey, just a second, man. I'm getting some calls. Okay, official calls. Okay, so there is a person who's asking this question. Can DNA and RNA be both present in viruses? Okay, so please understand, a virus will either have DNA or it will have RNA as genetic material. It is never and. Both cannot be there at the same time. Either it will be a DNA virus or it will be an RNA virus. Okay. Okay, so now let us continue further. What is the difference between DNA virus and RNA virus? Means what? The virus which is having DNA is called as DNA virus. The virus which is having RNA is called as RNA virus. Okay, so there are some viruses which will have DNA as DNA virus. I mean, like there are some viruses which will have DNA as genetic material. There are some viruses which will have RNA as genetic material. Yesterday I told you which are the viruses which will have. I always told that plant viruses can have either RNA, single strand, or double strand, or DNA. DNA as a double strand. I told you animal viruses. Sorry, I think I made a mistake. Yeah, this is for animals. Plant viruses are always made up of single stranded RNA. Okay, so basically this is how your viruses will be there. So some of them are called as RNA viruses, some of them are called as DNA viruses. Okay. So now let us try to learn some facts related to SS stands for single stranded. RNA can be, I thought all these things yesterday. One strand of RNA is there. This is called a single strand. Two strands are like this. We call it as double strand. Okay, so this is what is single strand and this is what we call it as double strand. Okay, coming back, you have to know some names. Okay, some scientist names related to virus. So there is a scientist, Russian scientist, Ivanovsky. Okay, he was the first person to study virus. Okay, he studied in tobacco plants in 1892. So this is the first guy. The second guy was a Dutch botanist. This guy is called as Beijerinck. Okay, termed it as virus. So this person only he gave the name virus. The meaning of this word is poisonous fluid. Okay, the third one is W.M. Stanley. This happened in the year 1898. The third person is W.M. Stanley. First to crystallize virus. This happened in the year 1935. So this WM is not William. It stands for Wendell Meredith. This guy is an American. Okay. And one more person who's very important is Robert Gallo. discovered AIDS? HIV, human immunovirus, in the year 1986. Okay. So these are the scientists in the field of virology. Virology is what? Study of viruses. Okay, so these are the things that you should know here. Robert is also an American scientist. Yes, Robert Gallo is also American scientist. Okay, so there are some important things that you should know about viruses, important characters. They are non-cellular. Hey, just a second, man. So these are the guys who are. So when we are talking about viruses, we are talking about it being a non-cellular. What is the meaning of non-cellular? We don't consider it as a cell only because it just has two structures. What are the two structures that it has? Quickly tell me. Does it have any cell organelle? It does have only two structures. What are the two structures which are there? One is a capsid and the other one is a genetic material. It does not metabolize. Okay, it does not metabolize. That is also one more thing. So metabolism. Jay Harini, am I audible now? Okay, so it does not metabolize. Metabolism is like kind of like absent. Okay, it can be crystallized. They are obligate parasites. Okay, what do you mean by obligate parasites? They cannot live without anything else. They have to like what? They have to survive only in the form of what? As a parasite. They cannot prepare their own food. So what they will try to do is they'll try to be behaving like a parasite only. Okay, they cannot increase in size. Which means what? They will not grow. This is one more point that you should know. So viruses don't grow. Grow in the sense like in terms of size, it will not increase. Bacteria can. How are they crystallized? Means by some chemical techniques you can take it. You can isolate the proteins. How long will it live outside the body? Means it depends on what substrate it is holding on to. Okay, so depending on the temperature, it depends on the atmosphere, what kind of substances are there around, all those things factor. It is not just about coronaviruses, it is about every virus that you have to know. These are all common characters of all the viruses. Okay, so they do not have cytoskeleton. Which means they do not have a proper cell structure. They are much smaller than bacteria. So these are all properties of viruses. Why are they crystallized? Means what? You can isolate basically. That is what I'm trying to tell. Okay, so please copy this thing down and let me know so that I can move on further. Okay, so no cell organelles and all those things. Okay, so all are done. I got confirmation only from one student. Okay. So, okay, got it. So we'll move on. So with this thing, virus is over. Okay. So I just wanted to tell you about something, but the whole thing is you will be studying about it in 12th standard. Okay. This is not there in the JEE syllabus of 11th or like the CBSE syllabus of the 11th. This is their part of the 12th standard biology syllabus. Okay. Which you should be knowing ultimately. There are a virus category which we call them as retroviruses. Okay. For this, if you want to understand what is retroviruses, you need to understand some basics of molecular biology. Only then you will be able to understand what this retrovirus is exactly is all about. Okay. So I'll just give you a very small, brief outline. You will be studying about it in 12th standard in detail. But now, as of now, you just try to get a very basic, crude idea of what is retrovirus. Okay. So what is the thing that you need to understand is, so we all have DNA as genetic material. Every one of us is having DNA as genetic material. Okay. While preparing, while this DNA is like kind of the genetic material, what you need to understand is this DNA has the information for all of us. In my body, the DNA will have the information as to how Shivaraj should be. What should be his height? What should be his weight? What should be his color? How his eye should be shaped? How his nose should be shaped? So like that, like my DNA carries information about my body. Similarly, your DNA will be carrying information about your body. We all have this DNA as the information. This information of DNA contains some information that will give me a protein. So what is this information in DNA? The DNA and information, the information in DNA codes for proteins. Okay. How is that I am fair or like I'm dark? Okay. That is dependent on my, I mean like how is that like my factors are that is dependent on my protein. Yeah, chromosome is DNA. Chromosome will contain DNA and the DNA will be coding for what we call it as proteins. Say for example, if I'm having melanin in my body, I will be dark. Melanin is a protein. More amount of melanin is there. Melanin is a protein. If more amount of this melanin is there, I will be dark. If it is less amount, I will be fair. There is a particular protein which is called as keratin. When this keratin is there sufficiently, I will have long hair. When this keratin is like kind of like weak, I will be like kind of bald. Okay. So basically my hair structure and integrity of hair is dependent on this protein called as keratin. Okay. So similarly, what is that thing we need to understand is we need to understand that this DNA is going to be everything, information. But the language of DNA is not understood by the body. Okay. Body will act only by the protein. What is the meaning of it? Suppose if melanin is there, body will make me dark. Okay, if keratin is there, my body will make my hair grow well. Okay, so similarly, you have insulin. Insulin is there, I will not be diabetic. Insulin is absent, I will be diabetic. So like that, what will happen is I will try to, my body will function based on the proteins. And who is having the information for the proteins? The DNA is having the information for the proteins. Okay, so what will exactly happen is the DNA has a language which the body cannot understand, but the body will understand only protein language. So what will happen is the DNA will try to give the information to the body by means of RNA. In your body, there is a process which is happening, which is called as transcription, which will happen. And what will happen? The information in DNA will get written in the form of RNA. Okay. And then what will happen is there is a process which is called as translation, which will happen, which will convert the information of RNA into proteins. So it is like this. I am patient, I am a person A. There is a person B, and there is a person C. Okay. This guy C guys knows only English and Tamil. This guy knows only English. This guy knows only Tamil. If these two guys have to communicate, what they can do, this English guy can talk to this guy. Okay. And ultimately what will happen, this guy will receive the information and he can translate it to this guy. So this is your DNA. This guy is your RNA. And this is your protein. Okay. So it is like this only the conversation will happen in your body. So whenever there is a, okay, people are asking why don't we have RNA or proteins as information directly? The problem is that a genetic material should be capable of being transferred. Okay, it should have the ability to multiply on its own. Okay, and it should be having lots of stability. Okay, when the earth started, organisms were having RNA as genetic material like viruses. But now what happened is DNA has become the genetic material because it is much more stable than viruses, RNA. Okay, so a genetic material should be replicating on its own. Okay, the second thing is it should be stable. Okay, these are two important virtues of thing, and it has to be the ability to be transferred. So all these things should happen. Okay, RNA and DNA has these things, but RNA and DNA, if you are comparing with these two things, which is more stable, DNA is much more stable. So RNA has come into the picture. I mean, like DNA has become the genetic material for most organisms. Most organisms have DNA as genetic material today. Okay, only viruses have RNA as the genetic material. Okay, so now coming back to this retrovirus case. So normally what will happen in any organism, DNA information is passed on to RNA, and RNA will become protein. This is how your this is how your communications channel happens in your body. This is how information is made into proteins. Okay, but there are some viruses which are having RNA as information. So what they will do is, when they are affecting an animal cells, okay, there are these viruses which are called as retroviruses. The retroviruses will have RNA, single stranded RNA as a genetic material. When they are having this as a genetic material, what they will do is HIV is a good example for retrovirus. Okay, when HIV is affecting us, what will happen? Let us say this is the cell, animal cell. HIV is affecting and it is trying to send its genetic material. The genetic material is what? The genetic material is single stranded RNA. What about the genetic material of human beings? The genetic material of human beings is double stranded DNA. This is for humans. Children, please refer to this first slide. Animal viruses can have single stranded RNA, double stranded RNA, double stranded DNA. All the three can be there for animal viruses. Plant viruses will have only single stranded RNA as information. So which means an animal virus can have single stranded RNA as a genetic material. Okay. So when this single stranded RNA is that of the virus. As soon as this virus information is coming, there is an enzyme which is called as reverse transcriptase. What will this reverse transcriptase will do? This reverse transcriptase will convert the single stranded RNA into a double stranded DNA. Double stranded viral DNA. And after that, what will happen? These two, this will attach with human DNA. So what will happen? You will have so like this it will attach. So you are able to understand, no? So this is this is the viral DNA which is attached with human DNA. So this is viral DNA plus human DNA. Okay. So this is how the mechanism of infection will happen in the body. So in HIV, what will happen? HIV has a single stranded RNA as a genetic material. So the moment it is entering into the body, there is this enzyme which is called as reverse transcriptase. This reverse transcriptase will convert that single stranded RNA into double stranded viral DNA. Okay. So this enzyme will convert the single stranded RNA into double stranded DNA. Okay. So normally what will happen? By transcription, what will happen? By transcription, DNA is converted into RNA. This is the normal procedure. But here what is happening? Reverse transcription is happening. Okay. This is like kind of like reverse transcription is happening here. What is the meaning of reverse transcription? The reverse of transcription is happening. RNA is converted into DNA. That is why we call it as reverse transcription. This enzyme will be produced only by virus. This enzyme will be produced by virus, and this kind of virus which will have reverse transcriptase are called as retroviruses. Are you guys able to understand? Okay. Please copy this thing down. So what are the things that you need to understand? What is retroviruses? Retroviruses the first point is they have RNA as genetic material. The second one, we cannot say that retroviruses are plant viruses. Retroviruses can be plant viruses or animal viruses. Anything it can be, because they are having single stranded RNA. Single stranded RNA comes both in animal virus category also as well as plant virus category also. I'm just going to give it as a point. Okay. So retroviruses, they have RNA as genetic material. All viruses are not retroviruses. The third one is retroviruses convert their RNA into DNA using the enzyme RNA dependent reverse transcriptase. Just a second, hold on. Let me answer. I mean, write this and then answer. Please don't spam it. Okay. Retroviruses can convert their RNA into DNA. On conversion into DNA, they infect the host. So, single-stranded viruses with reverse transcriptase is a retrovirus. Example vante HIV. Reverse transcript is produced by the virus. Okay, so this is what is the case. Okay, someone is asking me, after it gets attached to human DNA, how will it? No, that is not okay. Just a second, let me answer one by one. So there is a first question which is asking here is, being asked here is, after it gets attached to human DNA, how will the transfer of information be affected? DNA, how will the transfer of information be affected? Is attached with the human DNA, the human DNA. That is what will happen. And someone is asking, is coronavirus a retrovirus? No, it is not. HIV is a good example for retrovirus. The virus produces the enzyme. They can change characteristic is what like they are asking. Okay, the shape is not changing. Okay, it's basically like you will study about it later in 12th standard. That is the antigen structure which changes. Okay, the shape of the virus will not change. Yeah, Lytic cycle will happen here. I said COVID-19 is not a retrovirus. Draw the flow chart for retrovirus for 11th standard level. This is sufficient. You just take down this thing. Okay, I don't have the luxury of time to draw it now. Okay, you will study about this entire thing in 12th standard in detail. This is just to give you an idea about retroviruses. What is retroviruses? That's all. What is retrovirus is what I wanted to teach you. Retroviruses are viruses which will have single stranded viruses, which will have reverse transcriptase enzymes. That's all. Okay. Not only the characteristic of retroviruses, rhinoviruses also behave the same way. So you cannot say that as a character of retrovirus. What is the unique feature of retro? Single stranded RNA virus with reverse transcriptase enzyme. So this is the defining feature of a retrovirus. Yes, in plants also it can happen. Reverse transcription can happen in plant also. It can happen in animal also. Anywhere it can happen. Whenever the virus is having, so it will be RNA to DNA, DNA to RNA, and RNA to protein. This will happen because of reverse transcriptase. This will happen because of normal methods. Okay, children, please listen. Someone is asking me a question. Can HIV be found in plants as it is a retrovirus? Okay, so please understand any virus which is affecting an animal will affect only animals. Any virus which is affecting a plant will affect only plants. Okay, so what I am trying to tell you is so let us say that animal virus is one set. Plant viruses is another set. Okay. Oh, sorry, this will not be the way in which it will be. This is a different set altogether. Okay, so you have a retrovirus which is there. So some animal viruses are retroviruses. Some plant viruses are retroviruses. Okay, so this is what I wanted to tell you. So if HIV is coming here, HIV will come. Here there might be some other plant virus which is retrovirus will be coming. So what is the meaning of retroviruses? Retroviruses, some animal viruses are not retroviruses. Are we able to understand? Okay, so this diagram would exactly be this way. Okay, there is no gap here. Okay, rabies virus is also will also have single stranded RNA as genetic material. So that will also come under the category of retrovirus. Okay, so children, with this thing, this virus part is over. So now we'll move on to the next part. Okay, the next part is viroids. Viroids. Viroids is the next part. We'll try to move on to viroids. They are even smaller than viruses. Okay, there was this scientist who was called as T.O. Diener in 1971, discovered them. Okay, they infect plants and okay, they are free RNA molecules without protein coat. The RNA molecule is of low molecular weight. Okay, they infect mechanically. So there is some structure which is called as viroid. What is that viroid? Viroid will contain only what? RNA molecules. They will not even have capsid. So they are very small compared to the thing. Suppose, let us say that you have a capsid with genome in virus. This viroid will have only this. Okay. So basically virus will look with the capsid. Viroid will not even have that capsid. They will be like very, only the DNA it will have. Okay, they are even smaller than viruses. The person who found this was Theo Diner. Okay, in the year 1971 he discovered them, and then yeah, capsid is not present. Okay, they infect plants. Mostly it is only the plant viruses which are present as viroid. They cause plant diseases. They are free RNA molecules without the protein coat. Without, please understand this word, without the protein coat, which means they will not have the covering. The RNA molecule is of very low molecular weight and they infect mechanically, which means what? Like suddenly, like someone, air can carry this thing and then like it can infect that thing. Some mechanical medium is required. So mechanically only they can infect. Air is required, water is required, some kind of physical agent should be required to transmit and infect. So these are all what we call it as viroids. One disease it will cause spindle tuber disease. Okay, it is called a spindle tuber disease. Are they dangerous than virus? It depends. Okay, some of these diseases can be dangerous. Any disease is dangerous for that matter. Okay, so then there is something called as mycoplasma and prions. Okay, I'll teach this thing tomorrow and then like I'll give you a quick summary of all the things that we have studied. So with the thing tomorrow, the lesson will be over. Okay, so we have mycoplasma and prions which are pending in this chapter. Once I'm done, this chapter will be over. So tomorrow would be the last class for biological classification. Rabies is not a retrovirus. It is having only a single stranded RNA. It is a single stranded RNA containing virus, but it does not have reverse transcriptase. So we cannot call them as retrovirus. If I have said it is retrovirus, I'm sorry, I might have been carried away because like too many calls at the time. Okay. Rabies is not a retrovirus. Rabies contains single-stranded RNA, but lacks reverse transcriptase. Okay, so this is the first slide. Viroids are just a material, genetic material. Yeah, they are also obligate parasites. One. The second one, second slide, third slide, fourth slide, fifth slide, sixth slide, seventh slide. That's it. Eight. Thank you, children. Fourth one and fifth one. Thank you.